Once you internalize that I have it harder, you start living like someone who is doomed to fail. Welcome to the Nicole Curcio podcast, the show for women who want it all. Faith at the center, a strong and feminine body, deep family connections, and true freedom in their lives. I'm Nicole Curcio, a former medical insider turned fat loss and physique coach. I help high-performing women transform from the inside out, physically, mentally, and spiritually, without starving, obsessing, or burning out. Around here, we train with intention, eat with purpose, and build a life that reflects the woman you were created to be. Let's get into it. You are not the exception. You are not the one person on earth who just can't do hard things. You are not the one woman who just doesn't have it in her. You are not some rare case who's wired to stay stuck. And I say that all with love, but more importantly, I say it with truth. Because if you want to change your life, you have to stop living like you're exempt from the rules of change. I hear this all the time, but it's just harder for me. I'm not like those girls who love to work out. My schedule is different. My body's just built different. My hormones are off. My metabolism is slower. My life is more chaotic. Listen, I'm not saying you don't have real challenges. We all do. But here's what I am saying. Those challenges don't get to be your identity. Because once you internalize that I have it harder, you start living like someone who is doomed to fail. And that narrative becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You'll stop trying. You'll coast. You'll rationalize. You'll stay stuck. Why? Because you're not operating from a place of responsibility. You're operating from a place of exceptionalism. And here's the deal. Success leaves clues. Every strong, fit, confident woman you look up to, she's not successful by accident. She has habits. She has structure. She has a routine. She shows up especially when it sucks. You know what else leaves clues? Excuses. Excuses also have patterns. Starting over every Monday, skipping workouts when you feel tired, blaming your hormones but never addressing your sleep, grocery shopping with no plan and then ordering Uber Eats again, not setting aside time to meal prep a nutritious, yummy meal and wonder why you always fall off, hopping from challenge to challenge without ever learning any real discipline. You can study both. You can study successes, or you can study your excuses, but you can't live by both. Now, I want to talk to the woman who is convinced themselves that their body is just different. My body holds on to more fat. I gain weight just by looking at food. My family is big boned. I've never been athletic. I just don't have the discipline gene. Sis, discipline isn't in your DNA. It's not in my DNA. It's not in Chris Bumstead's DNA. It's not in Michael Phelps's DNA. You think C-Bum woke up with a six-pack and a calendar full of green check marks in the womb? No. He probably cried for a bottle like the rest of us. Discipline isn't genetic. It's not a personality trait. It's not a birthright. It's a choice. A daily one. Made by people who've decided that their goals matter more than their current mood. That their future matters more than their feelings. And the truth, your DNA might tell you how tall you are, but it does not tell you how hard you work. That part, it's on you. Stop waiting for motivation to show up in your blood test. It's not going to be there. It's in your calendar. It's in your habits. It's in your reps. And let's be real, yes, genetics do play a role. Some people may build muscle faster. Some people may lose fat easier. Some may have naturally higher metabolisms. Sure, that's true. But do you know how much of your body composition is actually dictated by genetics? About 10 to 20%. That's it. Genetics plays a big role in where you store body fat, whether it be in your hips, in your thighs, in your belly, in your back, in your arms. This is largely influenced on your hormones like estrogen and cortisol, which are partially genetic. Two women can weigh the same, have the same body fat percentage, but one stores it in her thighs while the other stores it in her stomach. That's mostly genetics. But that leaves 80 to 90% in your control through training, nutrition, sleep, stress management, consistency, and the choices you make on a daily basis. So no, you're not doomed because of your DNA. You're not big boned. You're not just built this way, but you are capable. So stop using genetics as a crutch for what's really a habit problem. You're not a victim to your biology. You're just in need of better boundaries, better discipline, better daily decisions. But if you zoom out and track your behavior over the last 90 days, your body isn't a mystery, it's a mirror. It reflects how you're living, not just how you were born. You don't have to love every workout. You don't have to enjoy tracking food. You don't have to wake up every day with motivation pouring out of your soul. But you do have to show up anyway, because that's what a grown, capable, powerful women do. They do the thing even when it's inconvenient. They do it especially when it's inconvenient, for the record. They keep the promises even when no one's clapping. That's called integrity. So let me ask you something bold. Who are you becoming? Not who do you want to be? Not who do you follow on Instagram? Not what does your vision board look like? Who are you actually becoming based on the choices you're making every single day? If you don't like the answer, good. That means at least you're being honest. Now it's time to change it. You have to write your new identity. Not in a cute little notebook that you're never going to open again. Not just in your head while you may be hyped from this episode. No, I want you to literally write it out. Get clear on who she is. How does she eat? What does she eat? How does she train? When does she train? What time does she wake up? What time does she go to sleep? What does she do with her free time after work? How does she speak to herself? How does she speak to the women around her? How does she show up when she doesn't feel like it? And then, now that you have all of that actively written out, start acting like her, even when it sucks, especially when it sucks. Because the old you, she's fueled by her feelings. The new you, she's driven by decisions. So this week, I want you to write out your new identity and start showing up like her. No matter what your past says, no matter what your schedule looks like, no matter how long you have struggled, you are not the exception. You are capable. You are equipped. And you're absolutely built for this. But you gotta act like it. Now go and prove your past wrong. Strong, sexy, and unapologetically confident. That's the goal. Now go lift heavy, eat like you mean it, and act like the woman you're becoming. Talk soon.